Good grief, he's early. And yes, I am early. Makes a change, says all of you. But, yeah. It's only because I was late last night. Honest. Um, hello everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. We are currently on my chosen. We're going to see if we can find some ORVR to do. And I do now have another alt. Yes, another one. It's a sorceress. And probably play it at some point. Maybe around break time. I've never actually played a sorceress or a bright wizard before. So I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I did, I think it was the PQ in like the very first one at the starting place, and she pretty much soloed it, which kind of freaked me out because I don't think I've had any character solo the starting public quest for anything yet, have I? It's not saying much because the only ones I've tried so far has been the Magus and the Chosen. So it's not really surprising that they couldn't solo it, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And we're hopefully going to do some crafting as well. Like, there's not a lot to the crafting in this game, it's just click buttons and see a number go up, but I have my Chosen's talisman making at 27, and he's got some ingredients, so we just need to kill a few things and scavenge them, so might do a PQ on him. But before then, we're going to try our hand at some open world RVR, since we didn't really get much of it last night. And yeah, let's see what we can do. Might get him some more work rests. Wouldn't that be fun? I suppose I should actually start these, right? Would be a good idea to do that before I mount it up, of course. As you well know at this stage, pro player. But there we go. How is everyone on this fine evening? Hopefully you're all well. I wonder if we'll find anybody. There's somebody. It's a witch hunter. Out of stealth he come. He messed up there. Let's hope I don't mess up. Be really embarrassing if I messed up after pulling him out of stealth. I've always wondered, does he say badgers? Gonna steal these order supplies. Tasty nom noms for me. Nom nom nom. So we've had a good start. We've killed someone. Go me. It's like we're on a roll. I've turned up the volume of the game a little bit more as well, because I've watched a couple of my own streams recently, and it kind of sounds quite quiet, so you can let me know if it's too overpowering. Hopefully it's not. I'm not blowing your ears out, but it sounds okay to me, so yeah. Now that white lion ran off, but I get this sneaky suspicion he's still here. Like, Right here. Hello, Mr. White Lion. I like being right. Where'd he go? Now, I know this is suicide, but it's fun. I got a regulation crusher, apparently. Where's my healer? There we go. 122 work rests we're at now, so that's positive. I don't know. I don't think there's anything left for this guy to buy. I think he's fairly kitted out. Did I scout the middle? I did. Just Nordland. I actually seen the tier 2 zone unlock earlier. I jumped on my lunch break. And I was planning on... I was just planning on having a look at the vendors. And I noticed one of the zones was open. It was the Empire one, I think. Troll Country, I think it's called. And I went in and checked. And it wasn't tier 2 at all. It was just a whole bunch of level 40s doing it. And I was like, oh, okay. Is that a thing? Is like level 40 just come to tier 2 and do stuff there? Like, I'm really confused at like how tier 2 and tier 3 works now. So it would explain why it's always locked and why you don't really ever see anybody roaming around the ORVR lakes if it's just filled with level 40s. So poor Mr. Blackguard may end up just trying to keep his renown rank going with oh god, what do you call it? Scenarios. Got him. Hello. To escape land. Oh, I thought I was going to get away with it. There was no way the healer was coming down there, so if I could have survived with a little bit more health, I would have had that witch hunter. But no such luck for little old me.
What is it?
What's that? Something for what do you call them? Black work.
Best spot.
Like I think I said the other night, I'm probably never going to do a black work, but like let's face it, at the rate I'm going through alts at the minute, I'll probably end up doing a black work at some point. So Yeah. I might do a choppa at some point. I remember I leveled one to like level 9 when the class first came out, and then abandoned it completely because it just wasn't something I was interested in. There's a wee shaman out and about. One thing that you can always be finding in this game is chamois and archmages. Come on, keep following, keep following. Hello. You don't have a healer, you don't have a healer. Oh, he does have a healer. Don't I look silly? That's kind of sucks.
Raven's blessings.
I reckon we would have probably had them if there was no healer. That's the problem when you're at this kind of disadvantage where it's just a couple of you and there's a whole group of them. If they have heals and you don't, you're kind of screwed. Because you can guarantee if you even find someone roaming around on their own, it's probably going to be an archmage. Wouldn't go in there, Mr. Magus. He thought better of that. Oh yeah, you run away when it's all against you. Such is ORVR at this level, unfortunately.
This better be good.
No. Round rank 16. Running away from the blob. And realistically, that's all I can do at this point. If I can meet like one of those sword masters or the witch hunter, shadow warrior, without the archmage, we'll be okay. But unfortunately, I am not going to do anything if they've got a pocket healer or two. Don't mind if I do. Now, they're just going to rush straight here. And if they do, I'm thinking of running away to the island. Who's this? Swordmaster? He'll not come in the zone. White Lion, he won't come in the zone. Two of them will come together. Archmage. Oops, I've got stuck. It was a good plan. Till I couldn't get over the banister. Oh well. I think this zone's gonna lock at some point. So what do we do? What's this? Elfin Zone. Blade Dial.
Do you seek advancement? Why are you still here?
I don't think there's anybody in this zone. Go back. And we can see what we can see. I'm kind of hoping at some point they're gonna try and spread out from one another. That at least is the hope. It may well be a fool's hope at this stage. I may have to go on to one of my healers. Maybe go on to the nut job chamois and go all shammy hammy ha. Have anybody up here? Archmage. And this is the problem. Oh, I'm being raided. Hello. I don't know what a raid is, but hello. It's a lot of people saying raid. Welcome. We are currently one manning it versus Order in Tier 1. Prepare for much failure. They have archmages, and I just have a giant axe. Oh dear lord. There's a lot of people watching. Welcome. Oh! Did you bring all the destruction with you? We're now like only outnumbered 2 to 1. That hurt. Is it even possible for a Shadow Warrior to hit somebody with this amount of armor that far? Oh, come on. Slow. Yes, we got the slow. You're screwed now, Mr. Archmage. I say you're screwed. You're probably not. Yeah, we overextended. Just a little bit. That's unfortunate. Yep. Rest in peace. I think you might need to copy paste that a few times based on how badly we're outnumbered. But at least we've plenty of Magus. My favourite of all of the classes. Mainly because they look cool. Now, hey, we got the healer. And remember, kids, if you're fighting against people, always kill the healer. And then throw axes. I actually killed the Shadow Warrior the other day by just throwing axes at it. Chosen range DPS for the win. There's another one. Come on, Chosen. You can do it. Oh, I think he's going to get this. Oh, he's just got there. Oh, that lucky bugger. It was like that close. Nerf Chosen range DPS. How is everybody doing in this fine evening? I hope you're all well. Hope you've all downloaded a copy of Return of Reckoning and enjoy playing it. I myself am a bit of an altaholic, so lots and lots of alts. And I'm really old, because I was around when this game was first announced back in... Oh god, when was it? 2006? Something like that. Haha. Yeah, I've heard Tier 4 seems to be a bit one way or the other at times. Although it's funny, because I've got a Blackguard who's just made it into Tier 2, and for the first time today I seen a zone open, and when I went there it was just full of level 40s. I was like, is this a thing? Is this where the level 40s come? Ah, okay. Well, there's a first time for everything. Oh, it was just to be a case of Order had all the really well geared, organised warbands, and Destro had like one or two. And then loads and loads of pugs. It's weird getting used to like all the changes that are in this game. Like, I only started this chosen the other day, and I was fighting a witch hunter right here, and I didn't realize that you could have all of your auras on at one time. So there was me standing there trying to fight this guy, trying to switch my auras. He must have thought I was an idiot, right up until I caved his skull in, but he still probably thought I was an idiot. Indeed, blood for the blood god. But at the minute, it is war supplies for the war supply throne. I also love the fact that you've got a horse at the beginning just so you're not walking everywhere. Or trying your best to judge when you're going to use flee so you don't flee straight into somebody. Oh, I've got more fighting. Is that... Oh, I thought it was an archmage. Ah! I'm a clicker as well, so you're going to see me click stuff really badly. Come on, chosen range DPS. Do your thing. He's drinking potions. Aha! That's what you call walking into a death cul-de-sac. So have you guys been playing the game long? There's somebody on the other night who's been playing it for, I think he said, 3 years. I started playing, I think it was last week. I could have swore I seen a Slayer there. Rocks are my natural enemy. And will literally be the death of me. There we go. All it took was some patience. Ah, 2018. And off and on for a while. Nice. That's the thing, like, the original game was... It had a really good foundation. It was just a shame that they never really capitalized on its premise properly. And I just heard a dling. I'm sorry, by the way, if you follow the channel or do something like that because of the thing, I don't actually have a second screen, so I don't get to see it. But thank you for doing the thing that made the noise. Pro streamer. That's what I say. This is like when two boxers have basically punched each other out. It's just like really slowly clobbering out the last few HP. Can I pick this up? Huzzah. I'm not going to be able to get this guy, unfortunately. I just didn't get enough regen. But if I can live out long enough, I might be able to get my morale ability off. There we go. Come on. Oh my god, I did it. I feel like the Black Knight in Monty Python. I'm just standing here, it's like, 'tis but a scratch. As I slowly limp back and forth. I usually stream every night around about this time as well, guys, in case you ever want to come back to see more failure. It's usually between about 7 and 9. I was slightly earlier tonight, but yeah, if you ever want to check in, feel free to do so. Drop a follow on the channel if you want, but don't feel any pressure to. Because you'll generally hear me wax lyrical about how abilities used to do things and how the artwork looks so much like it's straight out of an army book. And then very occasionally get completely surprised at something that seems very straightforward. Yep, there's an archmage. Everywhere you go, archmages. Seems like we finally got some Destro in this song. Thank you again for the ding-a-ling noise. Again, I have no idea what it is. I'm guessing it's a follow, so thank you very much. Do we have anybody up here? Nope. I'm guessing they've all gone out to Nordland. They heard of a giant chosen who could kill men with his bare hands. They're all like, wait a minute, isn't that renowned pinata we were beating a minute ago? Let's go! Go and hand in me quest. Probably should have done it when I came back the last time, but I get very easily distracted. Mean looking black orc. Again, it's a class I've never played. I love these portals as well. It's another thing that wasn't in the original game. Or at least I don't remember it being in the original game. Who's that? Oh, it's an engineer. Oh, he's never coming away from there. Oh! Order took the Harvest Shrine. Let's go there. Might have someone to hit. I'm gonna guess most of you guys have probably played Return of Reckoning before. But if you haven't, you can get it for free from returnofreckoning.com. And it's a lot of fun. Like, if you like World of Warcraft, it's from the same sort of era, only it's more PvP focused. And instead of having to pay for WoW Classic, you can get War for free. What's not to like? Tier 1's usually very busy. Near enough every night we've been on for the last week and a bit. There's been a lot of people about, so you can always get in, try out each of the classes, find something you like. And all I hear is Tier 4's got a lot of people in it, so it might be a bit one-sided, but it seems that you can go anywhere from Tier 2 through to Tier 4 as a level 40, so you at least have a few different places to go. Now, I have to try and avoid this rock again. And I managed it. I'm like a pro at avoiding rocks. Right. This is burning, so we might actually have somebody out here to hit. Kind of feel sorry for her at this point, because they're now in the position I was in about 40 minutes ago. Where they've just got a whole bunch of people chasing them. And there's no point us going in there with an Archmage there. Because we're not going to do anything. He went in though. Good luck to him. Kind of feel like I let him to his death a little bit. But I'm sure Zinch will forgive me. What I would like to see is those order leave. And try and catch one without the Archmage being there to protect them. You're slowed. No, you're dead. Now, anybody who knows anything will know that an engineer, or a magus, I don't know what that does, is basically like a free little renown pinata at this level. It's like, nom 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 nom. All the XP and renown. Delicious. Can I have another? Yes, you can. Thank you. What was this? Withering Blow. Oh. It's an action point drain. Nice. I'll whack that in there. There we go. Is that got a cooldown? I assume it does. Yeah, 10 seconds. It'd be useful for those nasty Archmages. Really need to get myself a cloak as well. I don't have one. So the other thing I've noticed with this game is the drop rates from it are insanely high. But you always seem to get stuff for another character. Luckily, I have tons and tons of alts, so I can usually ship it around between them. Oops. Probably should have taken that supply. That's what I get for not paying attention. I miss out on the opportunities to grab boxes. It's kind of appropriate considering I let him run into his death previously. His character is in character without realizing. Oh, are they getting chased, are they? No, must just be bringing in all the supplies. Anytime I see someone activating flee and having damage on them, I always instantly think they're running away from a witch hunter. And if playing this game has taught me anything, everything is a witch hunter. That rock is actually 6 witch hunters standing on each other's shoulders wearing a giant cloak. That bush is a witch hunter. And that empty cage used to be a witch hunter. Oh. More destruction jumping for joy. I actually think Order have just bugged out of the zone completely. Maybe this is just the time that destruction become dominant. Who knows? Who knows? Oh. Ah, here they are. Team White Lion. Ooh, tasty Archmage. Slow them down. Oh, they've got a... what do you call it? Warrior Priest as well. I may have overestimated how many destruction were here. Either that or I did my job and I distracted the healers long enough for them to actually kill off some of these guys. It's a tankless life. That's the kind of puns you can expect here as well. Feel free to run away now. It only gets worse from here. I really badly want to kill these healers. That's still his... oh, he's dead. Well, apparently it's one hit is all it takes these days. You're slowed. And that Archmage is going to leave you to die, my little friend. See, never trust an Archmage who spends their time running around solo, because they will leave you to die. I've collected another Witch Hunter's hat. Excellent. That's what I live for. I live to collect all of the Witch Hunter's hats. This Chosen's boots, made purely from witch hunters' hats. Are any of them coming in? Don't seem to be. I wonder will they have come up here? No. Nope. Guessed wrong there. Maybe they've all gone to the Nordland. That's a bold engineer. It's probably got backup. Oh, who's that? White Lion. No, never getting them. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Doesn't seem to be any order about. I was secretly hoping Spore was going to be a green skin, because it would have been the perfect name for a green skin. Right, let's see. Now, my hope is we're either going to get a couple of stragglers are going to try and come this way, or we might be able to run in behind some. Assuming everything is still as we thought it was. Which isn't always the way, but we'll see how it goes. So we've got an engineer out in the open, along with a bright wizard. And they're getting quite bold. Hello, Mr. Bright Wizard. And you see, this is the problem when you get bold. you end up taking a gamble that you shouldn't have taken. Now this is quite embarrassing. I'm about to die to a witch hunter. Clearly I stole his hat previously. He wanted it back. But, what can one do?
Your destiny awaits.
Do that. And that. Oh, portal's gone. Ho hum, I'm just going to have to walk. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. It's good to have you all here. The lamppost was the witch hunter. I fell for my own trap. There's El Choppy. I get the sneaky suspicion El Choppy's watching. Or at least knows me in some way. Because he seems to be sticking by my side. And as we've all seen so far, that's a dangerous place to be. Because it's usually where you get damaged. Now, I'm kind of hoping he can slow him down a bit, like that. So that then I can slow him down a bit, and do that. And then thieve some of those action points. I still don't think we're going to have enough to kill him. No. It's really unfortunate. And this is the downside of coming across archmages, because they will literally just run away. Until they bite off more than they can chew, like that. When things go badly for an archmage. Like, you can't be mad at them. Like, I do the same thing in my shaman. Although there is a great one on the order side. I haven't seen him in a couple of days, but he's called Aldwin. And the first time I met him was I had logged in, I think I was on my witch elf, and he ganked me at a what's it called? Battlefield objective in the Dwarven Greenskin zone. I was only level 2, so I had like stab and throw dagger were my only abilities. And he's like laughing at me and waving at me. And I met him the next day on my Zealot, I think it was. So I was just waving back at him. And he's become like a channel favourite of mine. He's my favourite order player at the minute. And then there was a Zealot on our side I was fanboying over because he had the, I think it's called the Bandit Queen headpiece. It's like the original Zealot artwork armor that just looks class. So I became his fan for that stream. So Aldwin and Occultist was the Zealot's name. Are my two favourite characters so far. Wonder how we're doing. Oh, you've hit the first tier already. That's going well. Thank you. And I've got mail as well, apparently. What's my mail? Gifts from Chewy Louie. Oh, wow. From one chosen to another. Well, thank you, Chewy Louie, whoever you are. It's very kind of you. So look at that. What a guy. Can we have some love for Chewy Louie in chat? Like, that's just amazing. And recorded forever for posterity. What a lovely gesture. Thank you very much. Gratefully received. I probably should have replied to that before I deleted it. Gee, Louis? Like that? I think it was like that. I want to see if I can. I'll watch it back in the video with the band. And I'll send them one then. But if you're watching Chewy Louie, thank you very much. That's very, very kind. Look at all that lovely armor. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. And that's the thing. That's the kind of game this has always been. Like, I remember, again, me going down memory lane. I remember back in the original game, Magus was a very underplayed class when I played it. I think there was 3 of us in total who were like renown rank 80-ish. And there was one of the days I was playing and there was a Lobie Magus was going through, and I ended up just giving him a whole load of gold and saying stick with it. So yeah, that's really nice. Wow, cool. Well, that's us at the hour mark, guys. I'm going to take a quick break, get up, stretch legs, get a drink, that kind of thing. And I advise you guys to do the same. Ah, it was from El Choppy. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to do, take a break, as I say, feel free to do the same. It's always important to get up, stretch the legs and everything if you've been sitting for a long period of time. And then when we come back, I'm going to jump on one of my other alts, maybe my Sorceress, who I've just started, and we'll try them out for a while. But I'll be back in about 2 minutes. So I'll see you then. And I'm back. And I've decided I'm going to run around as my witch elf for a bit and do the whole stabby shenanigans. And probably end up complaining that of all of the armor that's on this witch elf, it's all dyeable except this bit. It's the weirdest decision in the world in terms of dye colors. Like, watch this. It's like, yes, I gotta make everything black except for this bit that always remains green. Or I gotta make it red except for this bit that always remains green. It's just so weird. Magus was one of your first characters, and then Zealot. Very cool. Magus was my first character. You'll see it there. My wee profile picture on Twitch is him. I was one of the first Magus in the world to get the Tyrant armor set from Land of the Dead. And I was never any good at Zealot. I tried my best to be a healer, and I failed horribly. I was just never any good at it. And I always felt so bad because I made a Zealot and I got him to like 40. And I would always sit and try and like do healing in some of the early dungeons to sort of let the guys who played healers as their main sort of level up their alts, which were usually DPS. And I was just terrible. I was like, I really want to help you out by doing this, but yeah. I'm just making it worse for y'all. I feel at it because I'm a noob. Like, I played Magus, and with Magus I pressed one button, and then I switched to a second button and pressed it for a bit. Now, the weird thing is, I find Zealot in Tier 1 here an awful lot easier to play. And I've no idea whether it got a rework in the interim or what, but yeah. Even Shami in this version of the game feels an awful lot easier than it ever did. Disciple of Cain I just don't like, so I've tried it a couple of times and it's just I'm just not there for it. But the great thing about it is, like, in terms of looks, like, all the Chaos classes all look pretty cool. And since you spend the majority of your time just sitting staring at your character, you might as well go for something that looks cool. And there's very few things that look as cool as a Magus. Now, is he going to run away into the sea? Or is he just going to run over there? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. Again, I think I overextended just a little bit. Also, you can see how I feel at healing. I feel it being a witch elf as well. I feel at most things, in fact. I was even feeling at Twitch the other day because I forgot to turn my microphone on for about 15 minutes. Oh, that's gone. Although I think I read something on the forums the other day that most of the witch elves and witch hunters are all playing like a defensive thing where they're all like about parry or something like that. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, it's all really strange. I'm so out of touch with the game. It's the same. I've no idea about daggers because I have it in my head that you're supposed to have your quickest dagger in your main hand and your slowest dagger in your offhand, but I can't find anything to tell me that that's the way you should do it. So I'm not sure if it is or it isn't. So, like that. The other thing as well is you don't seem to be able to cancel your stealth. Unless you do something like that. Hello, Mr. Witch Hunter. I think you're going to die. Oh dear, he died. Poor Witch Hunter. Oh, I think they've pulled the guards, have they? Yeah, they pulled the guards. Don't pull the guards, Destruction. That's just silly. But I hope everybody's enjoying watching me fail tonight. It's nice to have so many people here. And if you like the content, feel free to follow. No pressure to do so. But I do stream every night, about 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, British summertime at the minute. And you're very welcome to join in. Hello, Mr. Engineer. Keep him slowed. Oh. And you're dead. There, what a nice guy. Give me a heal and said thank you. And they say chaos is evil. I don't think I've played this character since this has started, so that should be nice and fresh. Turn your back, Mr. Engineer. Oh, you did that too soon. Oh, I'm about to die. Drink a potion. Ah, get a heal. Thank you, Mr. Healer. Oh god, he didn't like me attacking him. I love how people aggressively emote spam. It's like they think it annoys you. It doesn't. It just makes me appreciate it even more. Nope, nobody coming up there as yet. I think... Oh, I don't want to get involved in that. Again, like, why is he laughing at one person when he's got like 20 behind him? It makes no sense. That's really awkward. It sounds like there's somebody at my front door. Do they not know there's a tasty engineer to be killed? Hello. How are you? Ah, he's going to get away and live, isn't he? What a git. He got so lucky. Oh, did he get lucky though? Haha, got my man. I think he was the guy. Was he the guy? No, he wasn't. I thought for a minute he was the guy who was constantly pointing at people and laughing. That would have made it even better. This is the fun that you can have with the rogue class, is you can just like chase people down who think they've got away. There was literally a war going on here a minute ago. Where have they all gone? Oh. Destro's blob's back. That's probably where they've all gone. No? They're taking up here? I see a lot of people going north. Engineer, engineer. Everybody likes to be an engineer. Hello, Mr. Engineer. I love how he's leaving his bright wizard mate just to die. Maybe he was thinking, if I don't move, she'll never see me. Zoink. Yeah, it's just so funny. It's like they only ever do it if, like, everything's in their favor. And then usually when they get caught out, they're the ones who are bouncing around as if, no, I just want to be friends, don't hurt me. I've seen it a few times since I've been back, and it's hilarious. It's like, you're not actually annoying anybody, it's just funny. I wonder if I scared that NG away. Is he now terrified that everything isn't actually a witch hunter, everything's now a witch elf? It does bug me that the only way to clear stealth now is to click this button and then wait for its cooldown to then click it again. Like, you should be able just to cancel it up here the same as you could any other buff. And I'm fairly sure you used to be able to do that, so I'm not sure if it's like a bug or if it's something that's been changed on purpose. It feels like a bug. Let's see. Nordland. I get the sneaky suspicion there'll be somebody at Nordland. Let's see if I can avoid these rocks again. Oh, just about. Ah, okay. I must try that next time. Oh. I think I may have guessed correctly. I think it may be a witch hunter. Oh no, it's a white lion. Hello, Mr. White Lion. Stabby, stabby. See, I tried to mount up, but it just wouldn't let me. Let's see. See? Won't let you. Well, let me do that. Let's see. No. It's really annoying. It's like the only way to do it is to click this. Oh, maybe you meant this. Nope, not that either. Not those. Yeah, the only way you can do it is to click that, it seems. Or to actually attack someone. Ooh. It's just really weird. I think it might be a bug, but it's so specific, it just feels like it's intentional. Which makes me think it's a change that's been made on purpose, but I don't know. It's just really weird. It only happens whenever you happen to go into stealth and then the person that you were stealthing up to ran away and you're just sort of standing there going, I'm losing AP for nothing. You can do your leap out of stealth ability. You see, I tried that. That was the first one I tried. But I think it's like, unless you maybe need to target something with it, I'll just do it regardless, but it's just really random. Oh, we locked the zone. Cool. We're now rank 16 at the minute and level 13. So keeping the renown rank ahead of the class rank, which is a positive. Let's try the Blighted Isle, see if there's anything on the go over there. Oh, everything's blue. Don't see that often. Oh, that lasted long. I made all the difference in that one. What was that? 30 feet? It's impressive. Yeah, might well be. It could just be it's something that they've changed and there just happens to be a way around it for the Witch Hunter. Or maybe it is just a bug and it's just affecting the two classes slightly differently. It's really difficult to know. It's not a huge problem, like, it's just an annoyance that I've come across a couple of times. Ah. See, they're smart. I usually just keep running headlong straight into it, thinking at some point my falling body will hurt one of them badly enough that I'll get renown for it. I might actually do a Witch Hunter at some point, because it's one of the few order classes I quite like the look of. Because I'm all about fancy hats. It's really difficult to know as well what the population's like in this game, because there's times I log in and it feels like there's just wave after wave of order, and then there's other times it feels like there's just wave after wave of destruction. I think I read somewhere, I think it was maybe on the forum or on the Discord, that it's like European seems more destruction orientated and North Americans more order orientated, but I may have taken it up wrong. Oh. Gonna get myself a new ring of some kind. Or jewellery piece, I should say, rather than ring. probably go for the headpiece, I would think, when it gets to that point. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I've never fancied the Order classes. It's just the lack of fancy hats. I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a guy who was renown rank 80 on a Night of the Blazing Sun back when I originally played in Carricknorn, and there was one of the nights, there was a bunch of Order and Destruction. We'd all met. I think Order was pushing a fort, and the servers had all crashed, so we were all just milling around nearby in a PvE area, and he was fully decked out in the Sovereign gear, and the Sovereign gear for the Night of the Blazing Sun looked amazing. And it was like one of those weird times where it was like you had a bunch of high level Order and Destruction all standing around beside each other in their Sovereign gear. And you're getting a chance to actually see it in game without, 500 explosions going off everywhere from all the Sorks and Bright Wizards just blowing everything up. Although the one I always liked the look of was the Marauder has I think their Sovereign piece is like a big bear skin over the guy's shoulder. And I think there's one of the Keep Lords or something has the same thing, or maybe it's one of the bosses in the Inevitable City, but it just looks amazing. Almost makes me want to do a Marauder. But I don't know. I never really enjoyed the Marauder the few times I played one. Now, I seen a couple of names there, but I didn't get a chance to see what they were. It's a warrior priest. And a white lion. Uh-oh. I did that badly. You're probably right. I can't think of anything that the Rune Priest has that sticks out in my head. I've never been a fan of Archmage armor because no matter what level of Archmage it is, it always just seems to be someone in a bathrobe from a spa. It's all I ever think anytime I see an Archmage is, oh, they're just out of a spa. Yeah. That's the problem. You always have to gamble with these things. Strike while the iron's hot, and you might get a kill. Or you might just get steamrollered by about 20 guys who are about to come into visual range. I've never been a fan of the dwarf and greenskin zone, but I'm always saying it, the backdrop in this game and the armor, it just looks like somebody's taken the artwork from the army books and turned it into a video game. It's great looking. And for the age of this game, it still looks pretty good. Bold move by the Marauder to chase him. He's got healing. Yoink. To be honest, he's holding his own. I don't know, do Marauders have some form of self-heal? Or did he just potion himself? Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. I was getting messaged. Anybody have any advice for, like, the mastery tree for the Witch Elf? Oh, it's an Archmage. And friends. Will firing a cannon take me out of stealth? No. Grabbing order supplies? No. That goblin's raging. He was like, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there. No, he didn't. Take a cannon shot at them. Hopefully it'll curve. I was kind of hoping we were going to have a straggler come running through, but I think they're all in one blob. Yeah. I think even with 2 daggers, I wasn't going to be able to do anything against all of them. Now, was I getting that because somebody back there picked up the supplies, or was I getting it because somebody over here picked up supplies? I think it was somebody over there. Because I don't see any light up there from a supply carrier. I may be too late in turning around there. I am the heedless. I think after all of that, also headless. Oh. That looks suspiciously like a Destro Zob? Blob? I can nearly get my words out. I promise I haven't been drinking. There's one of those annoying archmages getting their comeuppance. Oh my god, they managed to pull the troll. There's absolutely no point in fighting them down there because they're just going to slowly drag you back into the guards. Oh! A warband of doom. Hello, Mr. Slayer. How are you? I hope I find you well. Oh, no. I find you dead. How embarrassing for me. I'll let them chase them. I think I seen an archmage there, did I? Oh no, he's running away. They are. I'll slow him down. That'll annoy him, maybe? Well, they killed the lion. I suppose that's worth something. AP usually. Oh, here we go. Stealthy stealth. He died again. Trying my hand at being a ranged DPS witch elf there. Again, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. It's been really nice to see so many people here. And hopefully you haven't been cringing too hard at my dodgy playing ability. But I do stream every night, 7 to 9, so you're more than welcome to join in. And feel free to drop a follow on the channel. But again, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's all good. What a name, Potbelly. I love it. He is now one of my all-time favourite players in this tier. Oh, Potbelly. I love some of the names that people make for their characters are just brilliant. I love that. Oh. Ah, should have de-haunted. Oh, crikey. I keep forgetting people have reses at this level. Oh, now yous are in trouble. Yous have left your healers. I did it again, didn't I? I forgot the detaunt. I think all of our healers are dead, aren't they? Distant. Distant. Yeah, they're all dead. I mean, this guy knows the score. And then you just get someone who doesn't read chat. And then suddenly does. And goes, whoops. I always feel so bad for people who try to lead war bands because it's like herding cats. You just get everybody goes everywhere. And then you've got people like me who read it who are just noobs and do things terribly anyway, so it doesn't help them. It's at this point I'd love to be an archmage just bouncing around over here, dotting everybody. Kind of feels like we need the Ride of the Rohirrim from Lord of the Rings playing at this point. Only have it playing in like that sort of dodgy flute way. Because it's all going to end in tears and it's going to be glorious. He died good. Okay, so we're all just jumping to our death. That's a strategy. I don't know how good of a strategy it is, but it's a strategy. Yeah, I completed the quest at least. Thank you. Remember, kids, always be nice to your healers. They keep you alive, and when you die, they bring you back to life. When they die, they tend to disappear. I did. I used to play back when the game was live. I quit about 6 months before it finished. And then I remember there was one called, I think it was like War Emu or something like that. I played it very briefly for like a day in like 2014 or something like that, maybe it was. And then I only came back there about a week ago because I was actually watching a friend of mine who streams called The Mighty Kai, and he was playing Vermintide. And in Vermintide, there was an engineer and a witch hunter. And I was like, oh, that reminds me of Warhammer Online. So I went to see if Warhammer Online was still going on a private server. And sure enough, it was. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying it. It's great fun. How is your chopper? Ah, nearly at full influence for this zone, which is pretty cool. I don't want to fight an Ironbreaker. We want to go for one of these squishies, like Stench. Now, my hope is there that me chasing him has at least let our guys kill a bunch of their guys. But I don't think it has. And I'm seeing an awful lot of dead. You see, I think they got burnt quite badly by this one. I think they got promised that this was going to somehow send a lot of people to the hobby side, and I think Warhammer Fantasy was struggling at that point, and it just never materialized for them. It just, I think they got sold a little bit of a lemon on it, and I think they believed it. So I think they're quite wary now about ever jumping back into this kind of game. But the funny thing with it is, like, the game itself seems to be doing quite well. So it still makes me think, like, why would they let it run? Like, I know that they can't realistically stop it because the guys aren't really making money out of it. And you wouldn't really want them getting involved in this game anyway, based on how it's gone with the fan animators on YouTube. But it still just seems weird to me that them and EA, for that matter, are just leaving money on the table, because you could quite easily have relaunched this game as like free to play, kind of like the way that they have for Star Wars: The Old Republic, and they would have probably got money from it. You know, even if it was like I forget what it's called now in Star Wars: The Old Republic. They've got like it's like a in-game shop that you can spend real money on, like a mobile game kind of thing, microtransactions. Like, I'm amazed that they never tried it. They might have just decided to cut their losses on it, because let's face it, Games Workshop would have probably screwed them for every penny that they could have made out of it. But yeah. Yeah, yeah. They did release too early and promise too much. That's exactly right. And then their problem was they panicked as everybody started to leave to go to Wrath of the Lich King, so they focused everything that they had on PvE in a PvP game, which was interesting. Yeah, that is EA. Yep, I agree. It's it's really sad because the game itself has so much promise, and like, especially in this sort of tier 1 environment, you get a lot of fun out of it because it's quite balanced, because it's not just endless knockdown, knockback, stun, slow. It's There's a little bit of ebb and flow to it. You're not losing control of your character every 5 seconds. And everything's quite focused because the maps are big enough that it allows people to breathe and move around, do their own thing, but at the same point it funnels everybody to specific points. Whereas what I remember from Tier 4 was, if there wasn't that many people about, you could be spread really thin everywhere and just never see anybody, and then suddenly run into a blob. But it's unfortunate, but at least we have this. Like, it's really good of the guys to run this game, and to keep trying to improve on it. And certainly from reading through the Discord and the forums, there seems to be a decent enough community. Stabby, stabby. Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, it's probably a really unforgiving thing for them, because, like, the game feels really good. Like, I don't know what hardware they've got it running on and what optimizations, if any, they've done to it, but it feels really smooth. And that might just be because it's a really old game running on really modern stuff now. But yeah, they've done a really nice job with it. And that's the thing, it's really easy to criticize people whenever they're doing changes and like, oh, this isn't balanced, or, like what I was saying earlier of like, oh, there's bugs with stealth because you can't cancel it. But like, these guys aren't really getting paid. They're doing this because they love the game and they want people to play it. So you can't really be too critical of them. and they probably don't hear thank you nearly as enough as they need to. But yeah, if any of them ever listen to this, thank you for this game, because it's great fun. And it's nice to be able to recommend it to people to play. Even if they only do what I'm doing at the minute, which is playing around Tier 1. Like, Tier 1 in and of itself is good fun, and that's all you want in a game at the end of the day. Yeah, well, I was reading that earlier today. Apparently, it's only like a handful of people doing it, and like there's something where it's like, I don't know if it was an old post or whether it was recent, but like one of the guys is going through a lot of personal stuff, so he hasn't been able to be as involved as he normally would, and like, you know, life happens, and there's more important things in the world than worrying about getting a video game like this working, especially when you're not getting paid to do it as well. So, yeah, like I can't speak highly enough of them, and like I don't know any of them. Like I've never met any of them. I've never spoke to any of them, and as I say, I've only been playing this for a couple of days at this stage, 5, 6 maybe, and yeah, loving it. It was real heartwarming when they interviewed some of the original developers from Mythic, give them a real sense through all work was greatly appreciated and enjoyed. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And like that's the thing, like you could tell, I don't know how many of you guys were around when this game was first being developed, but they did like video podcast episodes all the time, sort of documenting how they were working on the classes or how they were doing the artwork or doing the music, that kind of thing. And like you could tell that the people making it really liked, Warhammer, really liked the idea of building a good MMO, and seemed really involved in it. So it's really nice for them to be able to look back now at this stage and sort of go, hey, people still play this, people still like it. And yeah, like it's just really nice. Like I suppose it's the same for anybody who creates anything really. Like if someone's still getting enjoyment out of it, like what's it now? I think 16 years since it was first announced at E3. Like that's testament to, a loyal fan base. So it must be really nice for them. Ah, nice. You're a fellow old school player like me. Were you Order or Destruction? Ah, very nice. I used to play on a server called Carrick Norn back in the day. I don't know if we have anybody who used to play in Carrick Norn back in the day in chat, but I used to be part of a guild called the Damned Souls, And then most of the guys in it moved off to go and play Aeon. So myself and a good friend who played a Chosen called Do You Like a Tank? We went and joined a larger guild called The Unnamed. And we played with them until way to the end of the game. I was a Magus. I used to be called Skelthrax, the Magus, which is actually the name of my Magus in this version of the game. So, yeah. I'm just going to slash shrug. I'm going to be one of the emote players. I was kind of hoping he was going to laugh or something back at me, but no, didn't take the bait. Ah, very nice. Ah, it's good to see so many people from back in the day still playing. Used to be so much fun. Like every evening there was something going on in the ORVR leagues in Tier 4. And then there was the Sunday morning city pushes. I don't know who used to coordinate all of those, but wow, the dedication to get up that early on a Sunday morning. I don't think I could do it now. Oh, how are we doing, I wonder, on my live event? Ah, not too shabby. Where did the healer go? Healer was over here, right? Rally Master Healer. There we go. See, if you had done it in moderation, it would be okay. But we were all kinds of addicted. I remember there was one day I started early in the morning and I was still playing. I was like, oh, I'll take a break in a bit. And every time I was going to go and take a break, we'd end up with like a good run in scenarios or we'd be off doing something wacky. And I just remember looking up at one point. I was like, why is it dark? I just spent the entire day playing it. Oh, to be honest, World of Warcraft was another one. Like, me and a couple of friends, we used to do runs into oh god, what's the big dwarf city called? Ironforge. We all used to charge into Ironforge and die, and then spirit walk in and hide, and we would wait for ages. We would like lie down in little rooms and stuff, and just shout out like random things, and you get like little level 4s would come and find you. They just walk into the room, and there's all these 60s standing there going, "Hello." Oh. I think he's regretting his life decisions at this point. Because I didn't even know he was there. Yeah, that's the downside. Because it was the same thing. I went to Star Wars The Old Republic after this game finished, and most of the people I used to play with just quit MMOs altogether. So it was a really weird experience because it was an MMO without the community, and it was the first time I'd ever had that, and it just wasn't as fun. Now, luckily, The Old Republic was very sort of single player focused, but these kind of games, they almost gain their own kind of life just from all the crazy stuff that you do in between the actual game. Like, some of my fondest memories in WoW is standing around in Stranglethorn Vale
with a bunch of people playing. Like there was a wee add-on for like a word search game, and like we used to laugh constantly about how, oh, we're paying a subscription every month to stand here and play like a free word search game inside an MMO. Yeah, some more Nami order supplies. Nom nom. I kind of thought that the order blob had come down here, but I think they've gone back north. Yeah, SWTOR was a weird one because I've gone back to it so many times over the years, and I usually end up just doing the same thing. I make a new character, I play through the character quest line, finish it, spend about a week doing oh god, I forgot what they're called. It's like their version of scenarios. And then I just quit. And then about a year passes and I go, oh yeah, do you remember SWTOR? I'm going to go back and try it again. And I had such high hopes because obviously it was BioWare was taking some of the Mythic staff who made this and making it. I was like, maybe it'll be really good. Maybe it'll be Warhammer Online with like a really good story element to it. And it just wasn't. And that was the sad thing. I played it actually back, was it January or February time? They did like an update there at the start of the year, and like they changed the interface and everything, and it looked nicer, in quotes, of course, but it just felt clunkier. I don't know. It's like really difficult to describe. And like I just couldn't get on with it at all. Like every time I sat and looked at it, I was like, it's not for me. It's really just not for me. So I don't know if I'll ever end up going back to it or not. Saying that, I'll probably go back to it in about 4 months and be like, oh, wow, look how amazing it looks. Yeah. And that's the weird thing with it, is that like, can I get him? Can I get him? Oh, so annoying. Damn you, witch hunter. And now the annoying thing is I can't pick up the supplies and I can't yet unstealth. Maybe he'll come back. No, not coming back. This would be the point where he jumps out of stealth and attacks me. But yeah, the full voice acting. I loved the full voice acting in SWTOR. The one thing that I really disliked about it was I only recently played, and I say recently, within like the last year or two, the Knights of the, is it Knights of the Fallen Empire or Knights of the Eternal Throne, something like that. The expansions for it, but they obviously tried to do it on the cheap because they didn't have the voice actors for a lot of the things. So you go from a scene where you're getting full voice acting and immersion, and then you're back to basically the way they did Knights of the Old Republic 1 back in like 2003, where it's like 4 or 5 blue lines of text and you pick whichever one it is you want. Yeah, well, my blackguard, he's in tier 2. And I was saying this earlier in the stream. Every time I've been in tier 2, the RVR lake is locked. But I was on at lunchtime today because I'd logged in to do some crafting. And it was open, so I thought, I'm going to go and have a look around. And I went into a keep. And everything was level 40s. It was like level 40 order attacking a tier 2 keep and level 40 destruction defending it. And I was like, is this just a thing now where like level 40 do tier 2 to tier 4? Tortanic. Love it. What a name. Tortanic. I'm going to steal that and use that in work tomorrow because there's a bunch of people in work who've played Sotor. Tortanic. Love it. I've never heard that before. Ah, okay. That'll be why. Uh-oh. Stabby, stabby. Who's going to win? Me and the chopper one. I'm going to cheer at the chopper. Yeah, okay. So I suppose, like, once you hit level 16, that's basically you out of RVR unless you count scenarios until you hit sort of 40. I'm keeping an eye on that chopper because I don't get the feeling that that witch hunter will have left. And I don't want him getting ganked. Ah, okay. So is bolstering still happening in tier 2? Because when I went into the RVR lake in my blackguard, he wasn't getting any, by the looks of it. And I think he's like level 19. Ah! I knew he hadn't left. I think I pressed the wrong one. He must be raging. Ah, okay. I'll keep an eye for that the next time I'm on him. Because I was wondering, it just seemed... It seemed really weird. I thought, is this it? Do I now have to do everything in scenarios? People are going to hate me. Ah, okay. So it's kind of similar to tier 1, but it just takes a far wider gamut. Because in tier 1, if you're like, I think it's 1 to 6 or something like that, you get boosted to like level 19. And then if you go to, I think it's like 7 and above, it's only to 15. But that's good to know. Because I was wondering like how it worked, because every time I'd been on the blackguard, all the zones had been locked, so I hadn't seen any sort of activity, and today was the first time one of them had been open, so I thought I'll go and have a look. And then when I got there, it was just all level 40s, and I was like, this feels so crazy. Because like a level 40 witch hunter with like their sovereign gear against like even a bolstered level 16, say zealot, that's going to be like a hot knife through butter. Actually, it's probably going to be more like an atomic bomb through butter, but you know, you get the point. Ah, okay, nice. The other thing I'd wondered about, so when I was buying the gear for her, so the decimator stuff, I was buying it with war crest from these vendors. But when I went into the keep earlier on the Blackguard, the only gear you could buy was the gear you buy with silver. So do you get like the next tiers of gear from like the inevitable city, or do you have to get it from like keeps, or is it PvE only? Oh, well, that's good to know that Bolster's going to do that for me. Because it was something I was worried about. As soon as I seen that today, I was like, I am going to get spanked. I'm going to take one step out the door and it's just going to be dead. Because normally I get like 4 steps out the door and then I die. Like it's usually about here. Ah, okay. I tell you what, I'm going to take a jaunt over to the inevitable city now and see what's there. Because, like, she's got a ton of war crests. Like, the witch elf, I think it's just because they're solo and they kill people. They seem to generate them like nobody's business. Ah, that's the Slaneshi part, isn't it? Oh, the city's going to be under siege in 6 minutes. We're going to have to call Steven Seagal. There's an old man joke for you, chat. Oh. Is it these guys, I wonder? Yeah, so this was the kind of stuff that I was seeing earlier. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it's not these guys, it's somebody else. And they're probably not out here in the hidey outside bit. Unless it's these guys. Or are these more of the same? No, they're more of the same. See, I'm really useful, guys. I tell you when the city's up. What's that? Oh! I'm guessing these are all the different... Ah, because that's the start level person. Go further north. Okay. Oh yes, I see up here. Oh, this is the guy. I always loved that Marauder armor, just because of the big bear head. Recruiter, apothecary. Oh! I think that was another follower. Thank you very much for following, if that was indeed a follower. It's very kind. You don't have to follow the channel, so if you do, it's very nice of you to do so. And thank you, it means a lot. Ah, okay, so this is where they all come from. So, Obliterator, I take it, is going to be my next step up. From Decimator. Where's Recruit Ward? I'm fairly sure Decimator gives you your Recruit Ward. Yeah. So this is the next tier up. So I can buy this now. question is, I assume Obliterator is the one to get for the Scout Ward, is it? Because that's Decimator, that's Obliterator. Oh, look at that. That's what my Blackguard used to look like. I don't think it was quite as ornate as that, but that's kind of what he looked like. That's 40. They're 40. Annihilator was the one that you used to get from the keeps, I remember. That's 35. That's 28. So I assume that's the next level up from this one. And then that's the Sovereign stuff. Wow, it gets expensive, doesn't it? Royal. Oh, it's more Sovereign. Alright, so it's just multiple Sovereign guys. Okay. Ah, okay. Well, I'll get this one because I've got the stuff for it at the minute, and I'm probably going to be 17 before time. So, yeah. There we go. That's raring to go. And then I can sell this stuff that I've found. Oh, I got new shoulder pads and didn't even realize. I'll whack that in there. What's her shoulder pads look like now? Look almost like sorceress ones, don't they? It's weird. Ah, okay. Yeah. Because I think I got the public quest set the other night on my Blackguard because I was farming PQs in Elf Zone 2, I think it was. I can never remember the name of them. But he got his PvE one that worked out quite well. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I like that there's a lot more armor sets now. Like I imagine these war crests are going to be a bit of a grind, which is probably why this exists. But like I remember the olden days where you would sit and you would fight for ages and ages and ages and you just wouldn't get the rolls. So it's nice in that way. Ah, very cool. Yeah, I'm going to need to read through the wiki because we had a guy on here the other night. He apparently did, I think it was like some of the quest things on the wiki or something like that. I mistakenly misread it at the time and thought he was writing quests for in-game, which was my bad for completely missing what he was trying to say. But again, I'm a noob, so I'm guessing these are the scenario ones, maybe? Yeah, Challenger, I think that's the one that you had mentioned. Yeah, cool. It's nice to have the option, though, is the thing. Which will be a plus. But, yeah, so... Oh, unlucky, man. Oh wow, yeah, that would be quite harsh. Like, I understand separating it between PvE and RVR, but to go further than that would be just overkill, I think. But we're at 9 o'clock now, guys, so I'm going to be disappearing now. It's been a real pleasure to chat to you all tonight. Thank you for sticking around, keeping me company. Hopefully I wasn't making you eye roll too much with my terrible puns and terrible gameplay. I play every night, 7 o'clock to 9 or thereabouts. So if you ever see me online, feel free to come along and watch. drop a follow on the channel, like whoever that lovely person just was. Thank you very much to you. And you'll probably get notified or something like that. But yeah, it's been really nice to catch up with you. Good to get a good chat with some of you old timers like me. And thank you for keeping me right about these armor sets and stuff. And if any of you have managed to get into a City Siege, good luck with that. Hopefully you do well, regardless of which side you're on. And if you haven't, hopefully you can find something to get your teeth into anyway. But been lovely to speak to you all. Hope to see you all again soon. And thank you very much and good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye now.